all you beautiful people. It's your girl Asia, the MUA, back with another video. Thank you guys so much for joining me if this is your first time. If this is not your first time here, not your first time hearing my voice or seeing my hands. Hey A-lister, how you doing? As you can tell, this is gonna be another nail video. Melody Susie was kind enough to gift me this box of 24 gel polishes. This is a huge box of colors and it is just giving me like Morphe palette vibes from the second I opened it, right? So this is the colorful 24 plus 4 gel polish kit from Melody Susie, and the plus 4 is all the, you know, assisting polishes that go with the gel polish system, such as the base coat, the top coat, and the matte top coat. There are 2 base coats, and I love a good base coat. I love that they send 2 because that is like the most important thing. It helps keep the gel polish actually attached to the nail. So base coat is super, super important. Let's go ahead and get into some swatches. I'm gonna pull the shimmery, glittery shades first. This is why it reminds me so much of a Morphe palette, because it's 24 shades. It's like a selection of shimmery shades, some nude shades, some pops of color, and it is just giving me eyeshadow palette vibes. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the swatches of these shimmery shades. I love a good gold glitter, and this one is really beautiful. So this like section of the shades, these shimmery shades, just give me holiday vibes. Like they are really speaking Christmas to me. And sometimes, you know, you can have the right colors and it's just not the right season for them. So there's nothing wrong with stashing those shades that are appropriate for that season and just hanging on to them. I have a ton of colors that I only use at a certain time of the year, and they just sit and wait until it's their turn to shine, honey. That red and this green just really just gave me all the holiday vibes. And this is a shimmery brown that I thought was so beautiful. It reminds me of a set of nails I used to have called Box of Chocolates, and it was just absolutely delicious. And this makes me want to like remix Box of Chocolates with this gold glitter and this yellow. I don't know, I just get all kinds of ideas and inspiration when I'm swatching these colors, which is a really good thing. I'm just going in and doing 2 coats just to see how they fill out, and they filled out okay. Usually with like glitters like the gold one and the sheerer, shimmerier shades, they're either going to be toppers for more solid shades, or you're going to have to build them up to 3 or 4 layers to get the fullness and the opacity that you might want. Or if you just want that sheer wash of shimmer on your nail, that's okay too. You can tell I think about gel polishes like eyeshadows. This red was just really speaking to me. It looks like ruby slippers. It is just so, so gorgeous. And then this green, I don't know, they just made me feel like gingerbread cookies when I was doing these swatches. So beautiful. And here are those colors laid out. Tell me that don't look like Christmas. So going into the next few shades, I thought this was like a dark brown from the color indicator on the top, but it's really like a deep, deep wine color. It's really, really pretty, but I don't know if any of the red is picking up on camera, which is a shame because it was gorgeous. This is where I ran into some problems. This section of the colors gave me lumpy, weird, streaky vibes, and it was only the oranges and yellow, so it might be something with those colors, how those products separate and settle in the bottles. I gave it a good shake and I went ahead with the first layer and it seemed to be okay. So we'll see. But I just wanted to point out that I was getting a lot of weirdness from this section of the color story in these polishes. And it was like all of them. See, they come off a little streaky on that first layer, which isn't a problem because you're usually not going to do just one layer of color. You at least want to do 2 layers of a gel polish. I normally do 3. That's just my standard. This color reminded me of Marrakesh lipstick from MAC. Just a really pretty, really rich, really spicy color. Just super, super gorgeous. I think at this point I'm going back in and doing 2 layers of the colors because I had to see how those weird polishes would perform on the second layer, on the second coat. They seem to be okay. They leveled out pretty decent and they gave pretty good coverage after the second coat. So I know if I were to go in with the third coat, it would probably be all right. It was just probably the way the product settled into the bottle. I don't know, but I have to point out to you guys and I have to let you know exactly what my experience was. And this is what it was. So here are all those colors laid out. Very pretty rich shades in this section of the color story, giving me hella fall vibes, which is cool. I guess for what they are, this set is okay. If you're just getting into nails, if you're just starting to do your own nails, this would be a great set to like practice with because it gives you a wide variety of colors. The bottles are not huge, so they're not overwhelming. And the price is really good. Melody Susie was also generous enough to extend a discount code for my community. The code is AsiaK. Use that code at checkout for some savings. You know I'm always gonna try to save you a few dollars. This is where I got frustrated because this is where a lot of the colors looked so similar. There were 4 shades in this section that looked identical. And by the time I got done swatching the shades, I didn't want to do 2 coats because I was so frustrated. I couldn't even tell the shades apart. They were that similar. So I feel like that sometimes happens with eyeshadow palettes also. You'll have so many shades in the palette just to fill up the pans and it just becomes kind of like fluff. I feel like this set could also be condensed a little bit, or you could throw some different variations of those shades in there to give even more variety, because if there's 24 shades and 6 of them look identical, you're not really getting as wide a variety as you may really want. You know what I mean? Just my opinion. So this section of the color story was cool, but it was definitely not my favorite. I was completely ready to knock all this shit over because those colors are really, really close. Like, come on, give us some real variety here, okay? But this section of the color story, oh my goodness, I do not know what it was about these greens And this green looked like pea green soup, okay? And I was sprung. When I was swatching this section of the color story, I was just so inspired. There were so many ideas swirling around in my head when I was swatching these green shades. And I don't know what it is about green with me these days. Oh my goodness. These were just so pretty to me. This was definitely probably my favorite section. Definitely my favorite section of the color story in these 24 shades. A couple of the shades were really similar, but I feel like they were different enough for me to be like, okay, this is some variation. I don't know, those greens just sent me somewhere. I don't know what it was, but hopefully I'm able to come up with a bomb ass design with these colors. If you want to see that, leave me a comment below, because I definitely read my comments and I definitely do take you guys' advice. So I went ahead and did 2 coats because I just had to. I had to see these colors filled out a little bit more, and I was not disappointed. This is my favorite section of the color story. So if they could like condense them down to like the greens, the oranges, the reds, the glitters, I see what they did, but I feel like there was also a little fluff thrown in there as well. But like I said, if you're new to gel polish and you're trying to build a collection, you need all the colors you can get anyway for the best price you can get them for. So it's not a bad deal. And like I said, use code AsiaK and you'll save some money at checkout. So this was another really good section of the color story. This was probably the prettiest shade in the whole pack. I can definitely see myself using this. I can see myself wearing this shade just by itself. It's just gorgeous. It's pinky, it's peachy, it's summery, it's feminine. It's everything that I like in a pretty pink nail polish. This was a nice cool nude shade. This was a good section. Also, so I guess like the polishes that I swatched last ended up being my favorites because I was so frustrated by the section that I had done previous. This color looks like another color in the, so you see what I mean? But like I said, still a really good value. You get a ton of shades, you get a ton of options. So there's like endless opportunity to do so many things. This is that last color section. I don't know where the footage for the greens went. Sorry. So this was like my favorite part, laying all these swatch sticks out and just seeing all the colors laid out. It actually looks really, really cool. It looks really beautiful. And it's a good range of shades. Like if this were an eyeshadow palette, it would be a cool eyeshadow palette. The color story is dope. The colors look really good together. You get a ton of options. It's a good value. You get solid shades, you get nude shades, you get pops of color, you get shimmers, you get a glitter, and it just looks really pretty right now. I love that. Those greens, that last back end of the color story is just, oh, just so gorgeous to me. And I feel like given the right time of year, I would feel the same way about another section of the color story, if that makes any sense. So this would be a good collection of colors to have for the entire year. That is the cool thing about this particular set of colors, because they had several different colors in the there were like 4 different shade ranges that you could pick from, but some of them look really springy, some of them look like Easter, and I wanted something that I could show the whole year, and I really feel like this is a good choice for colors to have for an entire year for whatever trends are going to be in for every single season. I feel like you get all 4 seasons in these 24 gel polish colors. Don't forget to use that code to save you some money, girl. Don't forget to shop My Press On Nail store, nailbyasia.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, stay beautiful.